Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 31 of our Pure Logic playthrough of the Artisan of Glimmith. We've completed 284 puzzles so far. We are in the area number section. We are working to get a gold window there. We've got a few puzzles left, but we're just knocking them out as we can find them. Area number works this way. We got to create regions that have that number of the shape. So let's start with this 3. It has to grow, grow, grow. That's done. This 3 has to grow, grow, grow. It's done. This 6 has to take all the way up to here. It will take one of these. It can't grow down, so it is this. This is a different 6. It has to grow to at least here. It could grow all the way across. We don't know. These 4s, I mean, it could go out like this. Yeah, this one, okay, can't go down. So as soon as it can't go down, it has to grow that way, and it would orphan that one if it doesn't take it. So these are in the same region. However, it could still do this. There's nothing that says it has to do that. It also could do that. But we know those are together. Let's turn my colors on while I'm thinking about it. All right, this 7 has to grow. It could take this 7. It will not take that 7. That's a different region. I'm not sure how we figure that out. Let's think about some of that. There's a lot of 7s in here. And the most they could take is if I had this drawn like this. Like this. Let me take this off for a second. 21. That's oddly strange that that's a multiple of 7. So are there exactly 3 7-length regions here? It's a good question. If there were 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You would have to do something like that. Well, I guess the question is how many minimum do we have? Because this region is not the same as this region. This region is not the same as that region. And this region is not the same as this region. And I can tell you it's not the same as this one either because this one can't wrap around. So this will have, so there are 3 7-length regions. So this is what I drew here is forced. Like that is, and this is going to, this 7 region, like where does this one connect? 1, 2, 3. It has to be for there. 4. It can't make it around here, so it's going to take to that one. This one now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then these just take the rest down here. This does have to sneak out like that. We now have 6 in here. So these 4 are together. Region. Very beautiful. All right, where else are we going here? Are there any other puzzles? Are these? That's a different window, right? This looks like a different window down here. Okay, yeah, we got some more back here. We got some over here on the island. Yeah, here's one. All right, 26. Oh, it's going to be one of these kind of shapes. I like these. All right, so 26. These are 2 different regions. We can see already that these are going to be mirror images of each other. So some things we've come across when they're a mirror image, they can't. Well, I mean, this one actually, this could be the head and the tail. We've got to be careful that if they literally are mirror images, we could not do something like this because anything we do to this side, we have to do to the other side. So if this extends this has to be extended this way. However, we can't rule out that they're not flipped images of each other. Like this somehow. Like this part down here matches this part up here. We don't know that. Now, there was 26. So there's nothing that says we can't. Let me get this down here. If we created the same shapes on both sides, like this. But see, the problem with that is you can't get to the bottom. So I was doing the hypothetical about maybe they are flipped images. That actually may be what we have to do here, because it may be that we do something like this to match this one, and then do something like this to match that one. And this comes in like that. And this comes up here like that. See, and this has 3 between, this has 3 between, this has 1 between, this has 1 between. That is the pattern. It's a flipped around. So if I can connect that, do you guys see how that these are mirror images? And that's how we get this and this then. That's cool. And those kind of puzzles, you have to just, it really is shape and pattern matching more so than, it is still logic, but it's more of spatial logic than trial and error logic. All right, 26. Are those the same region? If they're not, well, if they're not, then that would take up 52. 26 plus 26 is 52. The 2s and the 6 don't match together. So that's 8. That's 8. So that's 62. 52 plus 16 is exactly 68. Or somehow these two connect to each other. Now, is that possible? Now, let's just start with something very obvious. That's a region. So to get this 26, to connect to this 26, to make it one region, at a minimum, we have to go around. We could cut through here, I guess, right? Nope. That cuts the 6 off. We can't do that. So we have to come down, around, back up and around, and that's just too far. So these two 26s are separate regions. And every single one of these regions will be accounted for. So let's just start with, well, this one's taking a whole bunch over here because it has to. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. All right, that's force, right? This 6 has to come up. This 26 does not have to take these two. The 6 could take these, but this one has to take all of this all the way down to here. That's 20. It could take these. Oh, there's a region here. That's a standalone. All right. Now this 6. All right, so 20. If it took these twos as 22, it's gonna have to grow. 23, 24. It could still take these. This 6 now takes all of those, and if it grew here, these are going to be blocked. That's a problem. So maybe it doesn't take this one or this one, and it can do that. I think it has to. What I was trying to do is compact the 6 to see if I could get it in. I can't. It'll block that one off. So the other option is to stretch it as far as it can to get in there. And it does. So this one's going to have to take all of that. We're at 23, 24. It could take 2 more. We don't know. But at a minimum, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? And it could take these 2. We don't know. This has to grow out. Now this one does have to take these two. That's done. This comes out to here. This comes up to here. It's done. That takes those two. And that's it. There's some, it looks like there's one. Have I already done this one in here in the trees? I have not. All right. Area number and Gemini. What a great combination. All right. This 3 cannot take the 2. So that is forced. Has to be the same shaped. That is forced. 2 has to expand. This has to be the same shape. Forced. This has to be the same shape. Cannot take the 4. So that takes it. And that satisfies that one as well. All right, where are we moving to now? This 4, at a minimum, 1, 2, 3, 4. So even if it doesn't take this one, it has to come up to here. So this is going to be a 4 as well. This could go here, could go here. If it went like this, that puts that this shape is impossible in this space without taking the 3. So this is going to have to grow that direction. This is now a 4. It could go like this. Nothing says it can't do that except for this 3. The 3 doesn't like that. So what if we do it this way? The 3 would then come around and this wouldn't like it. So that leaves us with the option of doing something like this. That's possible. But it puts a lot of pressure on this one to be a 4. It would have to come in something like that. But it's doable. It is doable. This is not possible. So have we looked at all the possibilities in? What about that? Do something like that, but that puts a 3 there. Can't do that one. If we do that, that can't be a 4 on that side. That's there. That doesn't work. This feels too trial and error for me. I feel like I'm having too many branches. Maybe there's a better break-in for that. All right, let me ask a question. Could this just be a 1 and a 1? And then this 3 just grows some other way, like this. And then this 3 grows like that. And then that's a 4 and that's a 4. I mean, that looks like it works. What if this was a 3 like this? That's a problem. 3 like this, that's a problem. So okay, I guess the question is, are these two in the same? If these two are together, then this has to come out, but this one has to go straight, and this one has to go down. So I think that just shows us this does not go together. That is a 1, that is a 1. And that's forced. That really is forced. And as soon as that happens, we know these can't go together. I could draw that line straight off because we can't block it. So this 3 comes down, can't go over, it comes down. This has to be a straight line. So yeah, this is the right answer. So this comes down and takes this, and this takes that. And whoa. These do not connect. Okay, I was like, I did that that logic was correct up there. It just didn't capture it. All right, it seems like there's something in these bushes back here. Is there one hidden back here somewhere? Are you hiding? Ah, here's one. I found you. We got a 5. We got a polyomino. We have rose windows. We have area numbers. Now, 3 regions. So this region and this region, can they be the same? No, because this is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 long. So this one is definitely not the same region. Where's the constraint on this? Like, this seems like we could just do something like this. Just pick 5 random. Like, why is this not a... Oh. There's the constraint. That is not part of the big region. There is a big region that has to correct. This cannot create any places that the other. So it could do something like this. But this is a different problem now because this comes through here like that. But then this one has to take everything else, but this needs one more still. And if it takes any of these, then this one cannot take the rest. That's the... So we have to find the pattern like this. This looks a lot more promising. Then this one can come down like this and up. And that can take everything. That is the solution. And I mean, I guess we could try. I mean, are there any other iterations we can do here to prove that this you have to go through the 5. So there's 3 possibilities or there's a couple, but where is this on the 5? Let's ask the question, is it part of the middle of the 5? The middle, like the middle goes through here like this. If that was the case, then one side has to go up, one side has to go down, and then it takes 2. And it doesn't matter which side goes up. It does actually. Okay, so that's the one that we had done before. This creates the problem that this 5 can't take everything. So this iteration doesn't work. Shifting it left and right does not work. So it's not the middle. Could it be one of the ends? So something like this. And the answer is that orientation doesn't work. And this orientation doesn't work. Could it be... we've already tried this. It can't be along this wall. That creates a... It has to be in this... like this range. Like it has to be limited to the... I guess it technically could be... And it can't be here. So it's really tight. It can come down as on the edges and the sides, so long as it doesn't create pockets. But this was the best we've seen. Now, I mean, this is the one it has to be. This grows here. And I think the only way we can prove that logically is literally going through all the different orientations of this 5 and showing that every other one of them will either take 2 of the circles or will create a whole orphans that can't connect to a circle. So we have to keep the edges open to go around for the big region here. All right, we got Gemini and we got the area numbers. All right, so 9 and 7 are this is easy, and this is the same, so that's easy. This is a 4, so this is a 4. I don't know what takes this, but the 9 has to grow. This is also a 9, so it's not part of the 7. So we can draw a line there. And this 7 has to grow. This is a 7. Ooh. Oh. Oh my goodness. And this is a 4. Wait, how many? 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 45, 46. I think it's 45, right? 40, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. 45. Yeah, it's a 7 by 7. 45. 9 plus 7. 9 plus 1 is 10. 21, 22 minimum of that 45. Wait. 10 plus 11 is 21. 42, because we have to double it, because we were on. So 42 of the 49. So there's 7 left over. I mean, this feels ridiculously constrained, though. How does... All right, so this 4 cannot grow this direction, because that will conflict. So it has to grow up. This is a 7. And if it took everything up here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 minimum to get out. And I can't even reproduce that shape. So, I mean, I could take this one off so the 4 could take it. I could take this one off, the 4 could take it. But and then the yellow could come in here. But this has to grow out. So this has to come down. This 9 has to come down. All right, this is 5, 6, 7. This is a minimum. It could grow 2 more. So I'm looking at this. Okay, this shape and this shape have to be the same. Can this take any of these up here? If it took this one, this would have to take that one, like this. But then this would have to take this one, and this one couldn't take that one. So I don't think it can. I don't think this can go that direction. I think this is forced to go down like this. And as soon as that's the case, this is forced to go like that. And I don't know if the 4 goes back that direction or not. I mean, this could be something like that, and that goes back that direction. It doesn't matter right now. I think that's pretty forced. How does this 9 grow? They have to be the same shape. This is very... Like, this can't do something like that without this having to do the same thing somehow. So if I do it like this, like that, then that would mean this one would have to have a line like this. But then I can't grow either one anymore. So I think what we're saying here is these are opposite ends of the same shape. So this shape has an end somewhere that is 3 long, like this. And this shape has an end that is a curve. And if I do that, that's 8. That's 7. So I could do that. But then I could do something like that and that. Those shapes are identical now. And I've got 4. How do I create the 4 shape now? So the 4 doesn't really work real well. I mean, I guess I could do like T's. That works. I mean, this is a solution. How do I know that it is the solution, though? That's the question. How do I know this is the solution? We found a solution, but is it the solution? Now, we know that there's only a single solution. But we don't like to rely on that. So the way I got to that shape was I was like, okay, this is a 2 long and this is a 3 long. So this is going to need a 3 long on the other side somewhere. I could put it here. I could put it here. I could put it here. But it needs to be a 3 long somewhere. If I put it closer, that creates a problem because this one can't make that shape. If I put it further and make it 4 long, this can come down and it can make that shape in reverse. So if I make this 4 long, and I don't know any other way that can do that. Now this can't extend out this way because that can't extend. This can't extend this way because this can't extend. This can't extend. This can't extend. So it has to extend like that. Those are our 2 regions. These are separate regions. And then we have to get a 4 in here. And this can't be an L because I can't get an L over there. So it means I at least have to extend over this direction. And now I've taken up all the space on that side. So that is the solution. It is, I mean, we found it, but I was just trying to look through the logic why that was so forced. Again, because we're not just trying to solve the puzzles, we're trying to prove that the logic that we've gone through is not just some logic that works, it's the logic that works. Is this a different region? I think it is. Yeah, this is. So are we up to the 6 here? Surely is there a puzzle back there somewhere? Yeah, there's a puzzle right here. We'll do this one. All right, difficulty 3. We can't mingle. No mingling. Got an area number and a polyomino. So these could go together, but not really. If they went together, how do I make the S shape? I can't make the S shape and do that. So the S shape has to come out this way, and the 4 comes out this way, and it can't mingle. So it can't go like that. That's wrong. That's mingling. So it goes this direction. These 2 cannot be the same because that would be a mingle. So this is a separate shape. It comes down. This one cannot be the same as that one. Can't do it. So this comes over like this. This comes out. Could be an S. Could be an L. No, it can't be an L because it'd be next to another L. Can't be a T. It could be this kind of L though. And it could be an S. We'll just leave it like this. All right, this 4 and this 1, this could be the same. Actually, it has to be the same because if I separate them, this can't. Like, how do I make that a 4? It's like that. Just, I mean, that's forced. All right, the same thing down here. Can these 2 be in the same region? No, because I can't. Even though they're both 3 length, these 2 are separate regions. So this 3 comes out this way. This one comes out that way. I don't know. Okay, this one cannot curve up. It would be mingling, so it goes like that. Z. I mean, there's one way to do a Z. Is there another way? I can't go up here. I think that's it. That's the only way we can do a Z here. And then this takes all the rest. This is an L. It could go like that. It could go like this. This could be a T. It could be an S. All right, T's a problem because of what goes in here. I mean, I guess I could just do a 1 and a 2 though. I don't have to do a 3. I was gonna say a 3 is a problem. But why can't I just do a 1 and a 2 in there? This is a L. Oh, that would make that a T. All right, let's look at this again. This cannot be a T. If it's an S, that takes this one. If it's an L, this is going to be, this can't be an L. It can't be a T. That does leave an S. Forces this, forces that. Hey, look at that, folks. We did just complete the area number, which now leaves us with, as far as I can tell, I'm looking around, just the difficulty 6. Well, you know what, folks? If that's it, I think I'm going to go a little bit long again and knock this 6 out so that we can just finish this puzzle and we can start the next region. Area number, polyomino are the 2 in play. We've got this 3x3, which is a 9, spread around here. These are quite interesting because they can't hit any of these numbers in the middle. So what we can say is these are at least this shape. Now they could extend towards the middle. They could extend towards the side. They could extend towards the bottom middle. But we know that they take at least this, which now puts pressure on these corners, specifically the 6 down here. How does the 6 get out? At a minimum, it has to come to here. I don't know if it goes up or it comes down, but it has to come here, and it has to go either up or it has to go to the right. It may have to do both because the 5 and the 4 also have to get out. So if I took everything here, the 4's broken. And if I took everything and went up here, the 5's broken. And if I didn't take everything, I'm going to break the 4 or the 5. So the 6 has to do this so that the 5 can get out and the 4 can get out. By the way, that is the 4, and that's going to finish the center one here. That pushes that. 2 comes up. The 5 needs 1 more. That's all fine and dandy. The 7, 1, 2, 3. It must grow. It can't grow into here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can't take that one. 6, 7. I mean, so it does have to get up to here somehow, because it's going out this direction, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Does it have to go all the way up to here at a minimum? Can I not take this one? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, that's broken. So I do have to come up here at a minimum, which takes these 2. I don't know which one's in here. Like I could do something like that. I could do something like that. I don't know how these connect, but I do have to get out. This 5 has to come up. It may come down. This 3 somehow has to connect there. It could come up and over, but it has to come there. All that to say, this is not coming down. This is going to grow this direction. And that, oh my goodness, that puts some pressure down here. Because what is this 4 going to do? Well, if it comes up, it's going to run into that 3. So this 3 now, very forced. This 4, very forced. 2, very forced. 3, very forced. This 7 now comes out. That is there. This comes out. Wow, that's very constrained. 6 comes up and out. It doesn't have to go that far. It might, but it doesn't have to. This 5's done. This 5 needs 2 more. Where's the next piece of pressure? We're making good progress here. 3 up here. I mean, no matter what, I could do something like that. Well, here's the question. Can this extend inward? And actually it could. If I do something like this, like that could go inward. What about this side? Could this side go inward? If I did this and this, now this 5 can't get out. So this 5, we know this has to come down because this 5 needs some of these squares here. Now this puts pressure on this 4. It needs to come at least to here. 1, 2, 3, at least to here, which now forces this direction. This can't come. Oh, wait a second. I think I made a boo-boo. This 6 cannot. Why did I say this? I get that this has to come. The 6. Oh, it's the 4. I forced the 4 up, but the 6 has to come up, and it's going to force it this direction. Because this is going to have to do something like that. And then this comes up, this comes up, this comes over, and then like this does something like this. But if I do that, this 4, these are all forced. This is all solid. I can't get this. This 5 has to get out. This 4 is forced. This 7 is forced. This 5. Where did I've made a logical blunder appears. Was it all the way back here? How could the 6 and the 4, both of these have to escape? And then the 7 has to escape. The 5 has to escape. Like this is so constrained. So up here, what's the 6 has, this pushes it over. Where is the 4 supposed to get its extra cell? It can't get it from here. These are not the same. Are there 2 numbers that should be connecting together that I didn't connect together? These are all different numbers. I know you guys are screaming at me right now saying, it's so obvious. Can't you see it? I don't. I'm not seeing it. I keep going back to the very beginning here, the 6. If this 6 extended even one further, it would, I mean, okay, so if I did something, if I took this off and extend, see, it doesn't, the 4 can't do anything like that. Like that doesn't work either. And that still doesn't solve the problem. Like this was good logic. I'm pretty sure this is good logic. Because the 6 has to get out and it can't block the 4 or the 5. And the 4 would have to take to at least here. There's no way to force all that in. And then the 7, there's no way for is there a way for the 7 to come down one? I can't. There's no space. Can I push everything over one somehow? I can't. I can't move the 4 in because then the 6 has to grow and that crunches the 5. Like there's no space to move any of this stuff in. I know I'm missing something very obvious here. Up here, let's redo this up here. The 6 has to come out. This 5 has to come out. If it took all of these, the 5 still has to come up. Oh, it could, though. It could. So maybe this grows this direction. And the 5 grows like this. This may be where my logic was. I said that the 5 had to force this down. The 5 may not have to force it down. It may have to force it to the left. That seems more realistic. Okay. Because what we did see is that forcing this down creates a paradox. If I force this down, that forces the 6 up and it forces the 4 up and it can't grow. So this cannot extend down. This has to extend up. As soon as it does that, that forces the 5 to come out, forces the 2 to come out. It forces the 3 to have to take something. So the 5 now has to take at least one more. The 3 is there. That's the 5. The 2 comes out. Now the 6 has to snake around. The 4 has to snake around. This has to do. Okay, we found it. We found. Woo! My goodness. Thank you guys for yelling at me and I heard you. I heard you. You guys did your job. Thank you for getting me back on track. I was like, this logic was solid. This logic was, it was. The logic was solid, folks. Never doubt the logic. The logic is trustworthy. Now, this cannot extend down to the right. So it can extend up to the right or up to the left. But can it really go up to the right? The answer is no, because this is too tight. So it doesn't go, it goes to the left here. Does it go down? No, it has to go up. So this is there. This now goes here. This goes here. This comes out. Ooh, okay, 4, 2, 2, 3. Wow. Okay, we did it, folks. The logic held. The logic held. All right, we'll come back next time we start the next region. Folks, thanks for bearing with me. Sorry for a little bit longer, but I did want to get through the area number 1. We did. We'll start the next section next time. Actually, we'll come back down here and do this section. Like, subscribe, all that good jazz. See you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.